What's going on, everybody? My name is Mr. Elliott, and welcome to the Mr. Elliott Experience. If this is your first time watching, make sure you click that subscribe button, click that thumbs up button so you can be notified every time I post a video. Hey, y'all. What's going on? I know long time no see, seeing a sit down video for me, but I felt led today. It's almost June. Can you believe that? But I really wanted to come on and give my overall ending recap of my spring break cruise to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic on Royal Caribbean's Liberty of the Seas. So as you can see by the title above, yeah, that statement is true. This was my first time sailing on Royal Caribbean ever. This was my ninth cruise now. However, my first time going on Royal Caribbean. We embarked out of Fort Lauderdale, so the port of Fort Lauderdale, no, Port Everglades, out of Fort Lauderdale. We flew in the day before. We had a great time in Fort Lauderdale, but I just want to give you an overall recap about what transpired during spring break. I'm a teacher, so I made sure that I was gone the week of spring break out of this country. So, Royal Caribbean does have an app. I checked the app. I got my embarkation time. I believe our time was at 12. And we Ubered from the hotel, which was actually downtown Fort Lauderdale, to Port Everglades. And we got there around, I think, maybe 11:50. Port Everglades is very industrial. It's not like Port of Miami. That is what we're used to going or sailing out of, but it is not. It's just straight like industrial. So it doesn't look like a cruise ship, or cruise ships can actually port out of there, but it's nothing but like industrial, not tankers, but like containers. That's what I'm looking for, industrial containers. So when we got there, like I said, 11:40 a.m., we had our paper. We gave our luggage. We carried carry-on bags to the porters, and we made it through security. We got through security. They checked our app. They checked our phones. Went through our metal detectors. Checked our passports and everything like that. And we were on the ship at, I think, maybe 9 minutes. And if you saw from my embarkation video, and I'll leave that video down below, we got on in maybe 9 to 10 minutes. So when we boarded on the Liberty of the Seas, of course, we were probably like an hour early, so we just started like walking around. We went straight to tour the ship as far as the Royal Promenade, Sorrento's, what's it called, Ben and Jerry's, but it's a couple more bars. I'll leave that kind of clip as an overlay in this part of the video, and we saw those famous things that everybody's posting in their cruise vlogs. And then we went up to the pool deck, or what I call the Lido deck, but the pool deck, and we saw all of the activities and amenities that Liberty of the Seas actually provided for us. Did our muster station, and we were hungry. One thing about me and Eve, we be hungry all the time. We love to eat. So went to the Windjammer. Of course, everybody knows that the first day Windjammer is like packed. Now, I will say on the Liberty of the Seas, they didn't have the washy sinks. They just had hand sanitizer. I wish they would have done something, because it looked like in that little area that you walk to the Windjammer that they could actually had some type of sinks where you could quickly wash your hands, but they only had hand sanitizer, and it was like that foam. But make sure you bring some hand sanitizer or wash your hands before you go in there. You know, we don't want no germs. But the food was actually pretty good that first day. Of course, we just got some just typical cruise ship food. I don't think I have any videos, but you can search up other videos here on YouTube to actually kind of find those videos, or what's on the menu for certain days on the Freedom class ships. And yeah, the food was pretty good, but when I said there was no seats, there were no seats available. So I sat down, or E sat down, and we actually kind of had to walk around to find seating. But overall, first day, it was just exploring the ship. This, like I said, this is my first time on a Royal Caribbean ship. It wasn't even the largest ship. I think Liberty of the Seas came around I think it's maybe 16 or 17 years old. It did have a dry dock where they added a couple of features, but it was a big ship for me. So walking around that ship, we got lost. I would say really that third day, we kind of knew what we were doing. But one thing that I noticed about Liberty of the Seas, like I said, it's a Freedom class ship. They didn't have a midship elevator. So I'm used to going on a cruise ship where they had a front, a mid, and an aft ship elevator. On Liberty of the Seas, I think they had maybe 8 at the front and maybe 4 to 6 or maybe 8 at the back. And we actually had to walk from the back or the front of the ship to our deck. We did have a guaranteed stateroom to save money because we are very frugal when it comes to cruising. We didn't upgrade or anything with the Royal Up program. We just let Royal Caribbean pick our our room number. I think our room number was 2306 or 3206. I will leave that information down below in the caption. It was just an ocean view stateroom, just typical standard room. We were on the second floor, of course, or second deck, but it was midship, so we actually had to walk down to the elevator to go up. So some of the most popular decks that we were pretty much on, we were on the Royal Promenade deck, which I think was deck number 5, deck number 4, which was the casino, and I think it was deck number 10, 11, and 12 for the Skybar, where the swimming pools were. And we did actually have to go all the way up to the top where, God, what was like the nightclub or the silent party was. It's like the big circular. If you're in Royal Caribbean, they always have like the windjammer, but above that, it's like a little area where it looks like a circle, and that's where all the club and stuff is. We did up there, and then also the golf course, which was on the front of the ship. Now, I will say this, baby, it was windy. It was a very, very windy day. So, always, if you're going up to that sun deck, baby, get you a hat, get you some shoes so you don't slide out of. There were plenty of times where I felt like I was about to fly away, especially at night. But I really did like Royal Caribbean. From cruising other cruise lines to Royal Caribbean, it was a cute little vibe. Definitely a mixed crowd. Now, it wasn't like other sailaways or other activities of other cruise lines, but it was a cute little vibe, and I definitely will be cruising Royal Caribbean very, very soon. So y'all have to stay locked in. Make sure you all are subscribed and leave that notification bell on so y'all can know when I go on my next trip. But yeah, so some of my favorite parts about the Liberty of the Seas was definitely just the overall relaxation. There was always somewhere, if the pool deck was packed, you could always go to not the Serenity. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now. The adult only area, not Serenity, but the adult only area, of course it was 16. You did see kind of teenagers hang out there. I wish they would bump it up to like 21. But it was cute. If that part was booked, there were other seating, you know, up there by the golf course or the putt-putt area. There was also seating in the back by Johnny Rockets. We found like these little private little areas on the back by Johnny Rockets right up underneath the slides and the wave runner, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, that little situation. That was also amazing too. Another highlights, Quest. Definitely go see Quest. Definitely go to one of the ice shows. We didn't check out any of the Broadway or the stage shows. Yeah, not our cup of tea, but we did go into the theater and we saw Willy Wonka, a movie. I fell asleep. He is my witness. I fell asleep during that movie, but that was just something that we did just to waste time and just to get outside of our room, get in a cooler environment, as well as we did do the slide, not the circular one, but the one where you go down and like go up. Yeah, we got on that one time. It was a vibe. So definitely check that out. What else did we do? Talked about the food, talked about some of the amenities. We didn't do any karaoke. We did go to the casino a couple of times. I won about $20. Let's see. What else? I do have a video when we went to Puerto Plata, so make sure you check that video out in the description. And if you have any questions about what transpired, we did have an incident where we did have a man overboard. I left that in our initial video, and we did have to kind of sail around. Of course, they did not find him, but I'm praying for the family of the young man. You could just search it up here on YouTube or search it up on Google. Liberty of the Sea. I think it was like April 4th that incident happened. Like overall, one thing I did wish that Royal Caribbean would kind of free up would be also just the midship elevator, adding a couple more things for like millennials to do, because it was very much catered to like older crowd, but you know, just a little bit more partier. I know other cruise lines is a party, but Royal is more like the upscale, just a little bit, not a lot, because I know I'm saying Royal Caribbean is not upscale, but just a little bit. But yeah, I know I'm talking fast, but I'm just going off the dome about my experience. If you had another experience about Royal Caribbean, the Freedom class, whether it be Liberty of the Seas, whether it be the Freedom of the Seas or Independence of the Seas, leave those down below in the description box. Let me know if you have traveled on any other cruise class, whether it be the Icon class, are you going on the Utopia, are you going on the Icon of the Seas, have you been on the Allure, Oasis, have you been on the Navigator, Independence, Rhapsody, Adventure, have you been on any of those cruise ships? Let me know down below in the description box, and I'll be more than happy to do another video, or you know, we could just chat it up. Again, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and I will see you all on the next video. Peace out. Bye. And subscribe and be nosy.